What is going on, everyone? So I see you jamming there, Jamie. What's going on? Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Bronco-ranger Base Camp Live here on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us. And tonight we have a couple guests, as you can see right there on the screen. We're not going to, give you this whole suspense and everything. Jamie with Destination Bigfoot Bronco is in the house, as well as Tim with Overlanding for Fun. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, how are you doing?
I am never been better, and Tim's here to help keep the old tech side of things going because Lord knows I need it. What's going on, Tim?
Oh, I'm doing good. And by the way, if just everybody knows, this whole show is being produced on the computer behind me right now.
From 1960, what?
65, right?
Yeah. Good memory there going on. So, hey, tonight's cool because I want to get into the comments here and say hello to everyone before we get going too far. But Jamie, thanks for joining us tonight. We met at Bronco Super Celebration East this year, right?
That's correct.
So there was a cyber orange Bronco, like literally Bigfoot, nice lift, tires, and all the accessories and all the goodies. And we'll let you talk about that, and of course maybe even go to your page so you'll be able to see both on your YouTube as well as Instagram, see what your Bronco looks like.
Sure.
But I want to talk about some of the modifications you've done, some maybe is there anything you wish you hadn't have done, or what's next, that type of stuff. So tell us a little bit about your backstory. What got you to the Bronco experience?
As soon as the Bronco was talked about being released, me and my dad actually put in an order day one. And I would say about 2 years later, we finally got the build date, and it was released for production. My dad dropped out of it. He didn't want any more parts of it, so I had to find a way to. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and commit. And anyway, I went ahead and ordered an Outer Banks 2022. And it's a Lux package, Sasquatch 2.7. And reason I got it in Outer Banks was because of trips to the beach. We're me and the family, we love trips going down the Outer Banks, and it was just the perfect fit.
It just made sense to go down there with that badging on there. But after a while, you start modifying a Bronco to the point you don't even know what trim it is, right?
That's correct.
So different,
no longer Sasquatch.
RTR grill. You start.
Right.
What happens is it's like the things that identify that trim are now right, but changed aftermarket.
Sure.
But so
mine is the accent color. That's the question I have.
What's
that?
You
still have the accent colors for the Outer Banks?
Yes, I do. Yep, okay. On the inside. Yep,
on
interior. Yep.
Good point, Tim. So if you see the inside, but yeah, it's one of those things where the modifications actually take on a life of their own, because at some point this Bronco becomes so unique that people will see it, and you're going to see the pictures of it, so you'll know exactly what it is. Justin Zimmerman, what's up, everyone? Hello. Dirk Connor, what is going on? Thanks for joining us, by the way. Steve P, hey, from Phoenix, 99 degrees and sunny. Well, we've got some good info for you here, Steve, I think tonight. There's no ATN this week. Oh, okay. Softball probably, or something like that's going on. Michael Cooper, good evening. What's going on? The past weekend is at the Bronco Nation Off Rodeo Takeover in New Hampshire. My son and I learned a lot about it. Okay, so I think the weather was a little foul there, from what I understand. Tell me all about that. Bronco 78, what's going on? And there's Dirk Connor again. Hello. Jonathan Falls, what is going on, sir? Thanks for tuning in. And Mobile, thanks for that info there. Appreciate that. Hey, David, what's going on? David Sarko from Maryland. Allie Dubois. Allie. Let's just say Allie Dubois. How are you? Sorry. Andy Ackerman, what's going on with the $2.99 super sticker? Thank you so much, Andy. That is seriously super sticker, but I appreciate that, and helps to go for the channel and help me get some more tech in here so Tim can tell me how to use it. Ford Video Guy, what is going on? Thanks. Nick Taylor, Supercell West registration is open. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Did you guys know that, by the way? Hello.
I did.
Hello?
I
haven't looked. I've been busy.
Not making that trip.
You're not going to make it?
No.
No.
Come on. man.
Come on, man.
Well,
I think we should probably touch base with Tom and see if he wants to come back on the show again
Hmm.
to maybe talk about a little bit specifically about West and the differences of what happens at West versus East, and the differences terrain and stuff like that.
I'd love
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where also it's more like a participant. I think Tim, you were talking about this with North. I think it was North, where it's more like, or maybe I'm confusing, but it was more like Bronco Super Celebration East. If you want to go on a drive, that's cool. If you want to stay there at the event, there's something going on. But I think West is more of an activity type thing, a drive. What do you think about that?
Not sure. I haven't been there, so I bet there's somebody in here that's been there that could tell us.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've seen some videos on
Oh
it.
yeah,
But
seen plenty of videos and looks like a great time. Just wish that my Bronco could transport there.
yeah, get
Well,
it out there in a hurry.
So, Dwayne has got a super hauler that he's gonna swing by. He could pick you up and come up to Indiana and
Yeah.
pick
Now
me
we're
up, and then we just
talking.
take I-70 all the way out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to to tell everyone everything. I mean,
and we sing campfire songs on the way out.
yeah,
Is it a 450 or?
no, no. Here's the thing: it's going to be the biggest trailer with wood paneling on the side. We're going to paint it pea lime metallic green, like the old vacation car, family vacation.
Nice.
National Lampoons. It'll be the biggest, ugliest trailer going from east to west ever. So
I volunteer to ride up on the roof.
we'll pick you up
And a
on the
chair.
way because you're pick everyone up here on the East Coast and carry them out there. But we're gonna have fun with that. But here's the thing: when you're going to these Bronco events, like you just mentioned, it's a different type of terrain and different type of things going on. Jamie, with your Bronco, as you've built it, and I'm going to go ahead as you're talking, I will try to screen share that. As you build it, what did you build it for? What type of terrain?
Well, it was a purpose build. It originally started as a build to take to the beach.
Mhm.
I wanted to be able to handle the sand, the dunes, things like that. I knew from the get-go that I wanted to do something with the suspension, and I went ahead with the Icon CDEV Stage 8 kit, and I put that on, and that immediately gave me the ability to get the clearance I needed for 37s, because that's where I needed to go. That's where I wanted to go. And from there it was just adding on little bits and pieces, flair for looks, but it kind of turned into an off-road rig, as you see in the video here. But I absolutely love it. It's an addiction.
Now, do you have the requisite 37 pieces of flair on your Bronco? I think it was 37. Chat, fact check me there. I'm sure somebody remembers what movie that's from.
Yeah, I did a build sheet actually yesterday, and I was going through it and I labeled it all, exterior accessories, interior performance, and I lost count. It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah,
Are you having fun?
That's definitely having fun. Definitely.
That's
Yeah,
all.
for
That's
sure.
all that counts.
That's right.
Yeah, Andy, we're talking to Johnny about that. By the way, we're asking him to kind of keep it down. I think he's having those weekend campfires up there. But so look at that: two cyber orange Broncos next to each other, and obviously there's a little bit of a difference. So in this picture right here, so I see what is that tank on the side? Is that just fresh water for washing off stuff?
Yep, that's exactly right. That's the water port. That's a 3.8 gallon tank, and
Okay.
it's got a shower accessory on it with hose. It's got a little clip on that you can attach to your faucet on the outside of your house, and it pressurizes it automatically through that adapter. But it also has a manual pump, and it also has an air nozzle that you could connect and run your compressor to it if you want to charge the air.
What kind of light? What type of lights are you running across the light bar?
Those are the FF70 Project X 7-inch lights on an RTR light bar.
Good deal. Do you have a lot of wind noise with that?
None.
Really?
Absolutely none. Yet the low profile, the way that sits across the top there,
Mhm.
have never had an issue with it. It's been absolutely great.
Gotcha. What about the lights in the modular bumper?
Yep. What I did was I did some research and SPV Parts. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Great guy, small business, and they've got their bracket for the triple light. And I went ahead and got the 3-inch rigid scene pods, and I put those in there, and they've got amber backlights on it, so it gives it kind of a cool look at night when they're not on.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And then what about the ditch lights up there? Same.
Yep, those are the same type of light, but they're the 360 version, the
Got it.
circular.
So, Tim, yeah, you're competing with lights here. So you have a bunch of lights on yours. What about your light bar and your lights? You get a lot of road noise, wind
Nope.
noise?
Nope.
Okay.
The what I do get, I notice as uh, the power line comes out of the back of the pod, then there's a connector that ties it into the harness. That's where I get most of the wind noise. And I've driven without the roof on, and I just kind of reach up there and I just adjust that slightly and find the sweet spots. And I don't really have much noise at all. I I think a lot of the times, and I'm not saying that there isn't noise, but I think a lot of times the people that complain about it are the people that want to have a solid roof,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
hardtop vehicle
Yeah.
like an Explorer.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. We've
Yeah,
talked about that. The
yeah,
the passenger tires and the hard and the
yeah.
the hard top, um, or the whatever you want to call it, the rigid form top. So so we have the different hood. Is that an RTU? Who makes that hood?
That's the ADV, the advanced fiberglass hood.
And an
Ram.
RTR grill.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. So, I mean, that's if you compare it, there's a cyber orange. Was that a Badlands non-Sasquatch next to you? It just
Right.
makes it look. I mean, some of it may be the camera angle. It just makes it look tiny.
His is actually sitting on 33s, so that's
Got it.
has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's Tater Todd, and I've actually met him at Supercell, and he was in our group that rode out with the Bronco Nation, and became pretty good friends after that.
Good deal. Yeah. I mean, he's got
Tater Todd.
Yep,
great.
Tater
Yeah.
Todd.
Yeah. Got a great looking Bronco there.
Oh
And
yeah.
Homie.
so Cyber Orange was a see, is this let's see, this is a picture here. It's another one. So that's
Cyber
another
Orange wasn't that an exclusive first year exclusive color?
First and second year,
Second year,
and
okay.
it's completely done for
yeah.
23.
Yeah, because you have the 22, right? So
Correct.
yeah, that's right. One and two. Now Rapid Red was a 1-year color, Antimatter Blue was a 1-year color. I don't know how much longer Area 51 is going to stick around, but I don't know. I thought Azure Gray may take that out after another
Right.
year, but it's a popular color.
Yes, it
I, th-
is.
I haven't looked at a new one, but I thought Azure or Area 51 was done this year.
I don't know about the new order banks, but I just know that the last time that I looked at building one, you could still get it unless I am mistaken. So
Allie, I think Allie's in the chats.
yeah, but Allie's still
Allie
here.
definitely knows.
Allie
She would
knows.
probably know.
Hey, help us out there, Al, and Ford Video guy as well.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
so in this picture here, what's going on with the containers, the storage on the roof? Obviously, you pack that when you're going. What do you carry in there? I mean, nothing
Correct.
private, right?
Well, it's I've got the half rack with trail racks.
Mhm.
The issue I ran into originally was that the full rack didn't allow me to run the RTR light bar.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do as far as other options. So I went with the half rack, and because of that, I had to go a little bit taller on my boxes. Uh, if it was a little bit longer, I would have been able to fit quite a few more things in it. But I went with it's Rome Adventure Company. They are 125-liter boxes, I believe, each. So they're pretty deep, and they store a lot of stuff. But as you can see there on that picture you were showing with the tailgate on the back, that little carrying basket, you can never have enough space. So
Wow. I mean, it's a good looking Bronco. Yeah, I was trying to get this where there wasn't
That's a good shot right there.
wasn't a picture there. Oh, there you go.
yeah,
That's a good deal. Nice and clean, right? So
that's
what I
right.
do like is the traction board. You went with the blue. So
Correct.
you see the what are they, orange, reddish orange. You see those all over.
Correct.
So I think the blue. You mix the blue up, the red gas can. You have the shovel. You have that Would you say 3.8 gallon?
That's correct.
Okay. Tank on the side. You've got
Yep.
the shovel. I mean, it's ready for off road. That's one thing I mentioned to you at Supercell. It's like, wow. Actually, I did a walk around I think a short, and I said, whoever's Bronco this is, it's pretty
Yep.
pretty cool, But yeah, so that type of stuff. There, switch back over. That doing the modifications to that level, I think, is it a vision? I hope you didn't cover this earlier. It's a vision up front, like here's exactly what I want, or as you start to add one thing, it leads into the next and it gives you an idea and so on.
I'd say it's a little bit of both. There is a vision, but as the pieces go on, the vision constantly is changing, and the further and further that you go into the build, the more new stuff comes out. The more, oh man, I really need this. I need this. I'm taking it off road.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could really use a set of skids, or I could, I
So
need this.
do you find yourself doing impulse buys, or do you
Yes.
research things thoroughly?
By nature, I'm impulsive.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So you're the guy that picks up the candy bars and stuff at the
Yeah.
checkout line at the cash at the grocery?
Yeah, from time to
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
If it's a Snickers bar or something like that,
Stickers. You get a Snickers bar and a cell phone charger and
Right.
the
Yeah.
cart.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
That's correct.
All the stuff that they get you on the impulse buys there.
Right.
So Tim, what about you and your modifications? I mean, do you have that grand plan, that big vision, or are you just
I
kind of
don't.
doing it?
I'm just like Jam. I'm an impulse buy. I'll see something and say, oh, this looks cool, or
Right.
a lot of what I based mine with the lights, the steps and everything was what I saw off of Z-Road's 21 SEMA build. I saw that video they did, and it was a antimatter blue. They had the full rack on. They had the lights across the front rack with the roof, lights on the bumper, lights in the pockets, and then the rock sliders. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, this looks awesome. That's that kind of throwback to the older style because they use the 1.5 inch or 2 inch tubular frames for everything. Was that kind of that throwback to that earlier style, not the Gen 1, but like, the stuff from the 70s and everything that I kind of remember of off-roading vehicles, without the kind of, let's make it look just like it, a Bronco specifically. And you've seen some out there that are, they're trying to emulate almost identically the Bronco they had when they were younger. So that's what I do with mine. But most of it now is just kind of impulse. It either looks good or it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing too is the whole retro look. Going with the two-tone, and I don't know if you've seen them. There's blue and white, green and white, red and white. I mean, I think someone will maybe do that. They'll get a race red Bronco and they'll wrap the center, white, or a white one and wrap the top and bottom in red. And then suddenly what they weren't thinking about, traction boards a certain color, then they pick those up. And then the light bar, now suddenly certain light bar looks better with the two-tone paint. And I think as the evolution of a Bronco build goes, I'm sure there's parts that come off, you sell them somewhere, right? And you change it out.
Yeah.
I think with me, what I've done is I try to plan stuff, right, in building, everything we do is based on plans.
Well,
If you ever
haven't
want to
been to your
aggravate an
Broncos.
well, I was going to say, if you ever want to aggravate a city inspector, tell them the plans are suggestion only. Yeah,
Yeah.
they seems to get their blood pressure going. But what I've done is I've looked at different, Nick with Mountains to Metal, the Molly panels in the back, the folding tray. That whole setup was one of the things when I went to Overland East. I didn't know I wanted that until I saw it. And I'm like, well, that's it. That's kind of, I've been waiting for something, but that's it. Now I can mount the ARB compressor there. I can have everything the way I want it. And so then when you see Jamie's Bronco, you start to say, well, maybe that light bar is appealing to me now, right? Maybe that's the one I go with. So what's happening is I have a vision for mine, but then I'm also changing it based on stuff that I'm seeing. So I think that's the best way to do it. And,
Well, and that's one of the beautiful things about going to events,
I agree.
Supercell, things like
Yeah.
that. You get an opportunity, and I'll repeat the timeline again from last week. 21, there were no privately owned Broncos, or I'm sorry, privately owned Gen 6 Broncos at Supercell East. 22, you had the first ones were
Right.
starting to show up. There was a good number of them last year. This past one, I mean, I think the Gen 6s rivaled all the other generations as far as the number of Broncos. And man, you saw some awesome rigs, some neat ideas. Saw some that were, I wouldn't do that, but
Yeah.
but
Saw
most
quite
of
a
them,
few of those.
But that's I'm not driving their Bronco. If they want to do that, that's great. And they probably can look at mine and say, but so.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was definitely a great. It's a great platform, and a lot of people, like when the 21 Broncos first started coming out, there was stuff at SEMA that was available. It started to filter out. People were swamping it, just jumping on anything. But over the last couple of years, just the amount of accessories that have come out, and company A might design something, company B might say, hey, you know what, I can make a modification to that maybe I think would be a little bit better, and that just spurs competition, it spurs growth, and it spurs creativity. And I think we're all seeing that out there. If there's a way that you can make that Bronco your own, there's a product out there that can do it for you.
So some of it's form over function, right? So Jamie, go ahead.
I was gonna say that is my mantra.
Yeah, I mean,
function over flash, right?
That's right. That's right. So with your Bronco, what let's say, where did you go? Is it Windrock? You went to Windrock. What did it? Any limitations? Where you went at Windrock? Is there something that you modified that prevented you? I saw the Buster braces on yours. Are you?
Yep.
Did you find your limitations with it?
The trails that I went on, they were, I would say probably, I'd say 4 or 5 rated, something like that. So it wasn't, technically anything too difficult.
Got it.
But no, it handled great. It did well. No real issues. Got hung up in one little spot. I was on a control arm, but other than that, it was just I took a bad line, and but it handled great. No issues whatsoever.
Gotcha. Yeah, because pinstriping. Were the trails narrow? Did you scrape the side up yet?
Luckily not. I asked Jordan before we left. I was like, okay, how wide are the trails? He's like, I haven't been on this in particular trail, but no pinstriping or anything like that. It was great.
Yeah. I know everybody gives me grief about that, and I play along with it. But the one thing that I just don't want to deal with yet is getting the scratches down the side. It's like, what? I know it's an off-road vehicle. I know that, but I don't exactly want to run it through the trees yet. You know what I mean? But I will tell you, and I don't know if you've ever run into this in the when you go to the Outer Banks. Have you ever been through that real loose sand at Oregon Inlet?
Yes.
when you're leaving the exit. I forget, what is it? It's like entry point. It's not the last one. I think that's 4. So I'm assuming it's 3
Hmm.
where the camp,
Right at
the
Body Island.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's where they have the restrooms and all that
Yes.
other. Okay,
Yep.
that entrance there after say a day of no rain and a lot of traffic, it's really churned up. Have you ever had any issues in the sand with yours?
I haven't in particular, but it's kind of funny you said that. About a year or two ago, we were on the beach, and we heard a loud noise and kind of a boom. We looked over at the entrance. I guess it was the exit for this young lady who was driving her pickup truck. She actually got stuck in it, and she kept spinning and spinning and spinning and blew her motor
Come on.
in
Oh,
in that sand. Yep.
yeah. Well, so
Come
when
on,
people,
man.
yeah,
Come
come on,
on, man.
man, geez. So
Yeah.
what I tell you here's the deal. I tell everyone it's just like uh, the weather sort of not app, but the weather mode and navigation. Some people don't know about it, and setting your, we were talking before the show over the air updates, setting that up for in the middle of the night when you're not driving it, so you're not interrupted. There's all these little tricks. I think tire pressure. There's a rumor about tire pressure maybe being adjusted with the territories, the 35s. But and of course, we're going to do research on that and get to the bottom of that. But it's just all these little things. And what I tell everybody is about sand. So you're in the sand, you're in sand mode. Well, seems easy enough, right? Except in, say, a Badlands, for example, in sand mode, that's 4 high rear locker. And if you get in that stuff, that's not enough. So you go to you need to switch to neutral, go to 4 low. And if you have front lockers, lock those in, lock everything in, and then creep, and you'll get right out of the sand. But 4 high, it's just not going to do it.
You just need momentum. That's it. If you're in
Well, and
4 high,
keep the momentum too. But
exactly.
I
Keep your
think what
RPM steady, and you'll get through it.
so Becky last year, she had to slow up because someone came over that hill kind of fast, and that's the other thing there.
Yeah, it's a
You've got
blind
to,
hill.
yeah. So they came over fast. She hit the brake, stopped. And she's in that mode. Well, go neutral, 4 low, front lockers, no problem. Otherwise, she was starting to spin, and everybody on the beach looking. There's a new Bronco. They just want to see
Right.
it stuck.
Yeah.
Hey, no, not today. So, but so with the Bronco, and one thing I'm interested in is, has anything changed from the first time you went wheeling with it before all the modifications, the lift, the tires? Has anything changed with that? Do you notice a huge difference? Performance a lot better, or something little? Is it maybe not as good in some places?
Suspension wise, it's been absolutely great. The only real difference that you really notice with the 37s, steering is a lot tighter, it's a lot heavier, and the ride height. Once that ride height increased, right now I'm running about between 6.5 to 7 inches of lift or so, 3 inches of body, 3 inches suspension, and then plus what originally was on the Sasquatch. But anyway, once it was raised up, that's where you really started to notice the drag, the wind resistance going down the road. But it's pretty stable. The Icon suspension that I have on it is electronically controlled. You can adjust the dampeners and stuff like that on the outside, inside, to keep the body from rolling as much. That helps out a lot. But other than that, that's really the only that and fuel economy.
Can you squat with it? Can you squat it down?
Can't
The
do
electronic
it.
suspension?
No.
Carolina style.
Yeah, it just adjusts the stiffening of
Yeah.
the dampener. So
Hey, I didn't see my little mini me's in here. What's up, Gavin?
He said he got tired of waiting you around for you to acknowledge him, and he was out.
Did he say that?
No,
Come
he
on.
didn't say that.
No, come on, man. Gavin, are you
But
still
I'm saying
here?
it for him. I'm saying it for him. I'm acting
Well,
as
he
I'm acting as
probably
his
said
advocate
something
tonight.
similar. A couple words off of that, I don't know. But,
Yeah.
But
So Big O
go
did
ahead,
have a
Tim.
question about this, and I think what did you notice impact, or if any, on gas mileage?
I was going, I believe I was running probably about 19 or so when I first got this with the Sasquatch 35s.
Hmm.
And right now I'm right at 13.2, I'd say I'm averaging.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So driving habits are the same, I'm assuming. So it's just
Yeah,
got to be
exactly the
yeah,
same.
aerodynamics and tires.
Yep.
So
Quite a bit of weight.
And you had the Sasquatch, you said previously, right?
Correct.
So you had the better gear ratio for the bigger
Right.
tires. Okay.
Correct.
yeah.
Did you notice any power loss by changing the
Um,
into the bigger tires?
yeah, yeah, there's a little bit of power loss that you do notice, usually in first and second gears, but once the turbos spool up, you don't notice it so much anymore.
So Mobile's mentioning he got 22.5 mpg over 250 miles last weekend, going from Flint, Michigan to South Bend, Indiana. My dogs say hi, by the way, if you can hear them.
Hey, dogs.
Yeah, and at Badlands Manual. So give you an idea what he's working on or working with. So yeah, and the Bronco Raptor has those little arrow deflectors below the lights in the front bumper. And I mean, they did little things like that to help even it with the MPGs. They're called arrow deflectors, and that was for aerodynamics, MPGs, that type thing. So you can imagine. But when you lift your Bronco, it's MPGs are not your focus now. Your focus
No.
is what does it look like? How does it perform off road? And what are the limitations, and what do you need to do to overcome those? And so that I know that's where you're going with it. Uh, Anything big that you have on the horizon with it?
As
Mods?
far as mods are concerned, I've been, shooting a few things around as far as graphics. I want to do a little something to the hood, to the side a little bit, to break up the side panels so they're not as plain looking. But other than that, a decent set of rock sliders. I might, go with rock slide engineering steps, maybe. I know a few people have had some issues with them, but my main concern is wanting to have something for the in-laws to be able to get in and out of the vehicle. So at that height, but I'd say those are probably my biggest until a tune is available.
Right.
Aftermarket,
I thought they had tunes available now.
not custom tunes.
Yeah. You're talking about the Ford, the Ford's available, right?
Right.
Ford Performance, but something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I, you know, I, I think as far as mods go on ours, both Becky's Bronco and mine is going to be strictly appearance stuff. I'm not messing with the engine transmission. I'm not changing the gearing at all. I mean, anything to suspension will be to reinforce what we do. Like Gavin wants 37s on his future Bronco. If you do 37s, then some type of lift is probably required to keep articulation, to keep everything from hitting. The only thing I don't like, so the body, you have a body lift, obviously, right?
Correct.
So what I haven't even really paid attention, the gap between the body and the
Hmm.
bumper in the back. What's going on with that? I guess I could go back to the pictures and look.
I started originally with the Bronc Booster like 1.5 kit.
Mhm.
I started with that, and after running it for about a month and a half, I was like, you know what, I could go a little bit taller. So I went with the 3-inch kit that they have, and once the 3-inch kit went on there, that gap really really grew,
Got it.
and so I talked with Tyler over there and talked to him a little bit, and we got the right relocation brackets for the front and the back, and got it lifted up, and you don't even notice it. You can't even see it anymore. It looks factory. The only difference on the front bumper is it sticks out forward a little bit, but maybe about 3/4 of an inch
Wow.
compared to factory.
Not too much.
No.
By the way, Steve P said he had, I have the rock slide. I guess Ruxide Engineering, and they're great, easy to get in and
Nice.
out. Hit rocks, no issues. So it sounds like a good. Yeah, he's happy with that.
It's good.
Nick said the Ford dealership, and hey, Nick, how are you doing? The Ford dealership here where he lives finally getting more Broncos in stock. So that's a good thing. I don't want to show it because I don't know if there was anything mixed in with it, but did you see the picture on Bronco 6G where somebody found a lot up in Michigan holding a bunch of Broncos?
I saw that, and it was
Bronco
I
Nation.
didn't see much context behind it. I think it was in an email that I got, but it sounds like they're in a holding lot of some sort.
Yeah.
Are they still having transportation issues with like truck delivery?
I don't know. Jamie, have you heard anything about that?
No, I haven't heard. I know there are, truck driver shortages, so
Yeah.
it could have a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
But
that may be it, Tim, because remember the chip holds, there was a lot of Broncos that had to get something put on it.
Yeah.
Remember, was it dirt
Actually,
mountain?
Allie, if you look down the bottom of the chat, Allie commented on that.
let's see.
Yeah. Yes, holdups. Got it. Yeah, and then quality checks. I can, the QC stuff. I get that, and then holdups for different things. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Hi, hello. How are you? Let's see. Steve Leto YouTube channel read a story that a stolen F-150 wrapper showed up in Arizona and Georgia. Titles what? Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. The lots have to be secured. But as far as holdups, to answer your question, I do think there's still transportation stuff. I know here from at least Michigan Assembly Plant, everything that's brought by rail ends up in Crewe, Virginia. Then it gets trucked from Crewe to Petersburg.
That's right.
And that lot holds. Sometimes you'll go by there and it's full of trailers and vehicles. And it's not just Broncos. It can be everything. The last time Gavin and I went by there, we actually drove all the way up there from Chesapeake just to do a video on it. And there was no vehicles there. Like, really? Because there's no way to check, right? And so we went to, I don't know, Pamplin Park, or we did something up there, had some fun. But that place up there is a way to gauge as far as trucks. Now, I was told that they only have like 3 in rotation here as far as drivers. And that's a lot of vehicles to be delivered in Eastern Virginia.
That is.
And if they're going to North Carolina and Maryland, I don't know what their route. And I don't know if that's true. That's what someone at our dealer said. They said, they had heard that they were, and maybe it was at that time, they were down to 3 drivers. Maybe there's more now. I don't know. But at that time, so I think they're good. It's one thing to get them built, right? Then you have the 24 Rangers coming online. There's going to be stressors there. Then you have commodity issues still. You have holdups. You have QC checks. And then they get sent out. So I think, I don't know if when all of the issues are over with for good and it just becomes normal business, then I think you're going to see a lot more Broncos sitting on lots, not for long term, but just for stock, because you're going to satisfy the market at that point. Right now, you still have enough people that want to buy one, but yet you have all these other issues keeping the market from being satisfied, which is keeping the price up too.
Yeah.
It's like real estate. Someone told me that they're in the real estate business. They said, well, they don't have a lot of volume of work, but houses are selling instantly and for typically more than asking, but they're not doing that well. It's like, well, you wonder how is that possible? The difference is volume, right? So a house that hits the market is gone in a hurry, goes for over asking, but there's not enough houses, which is another reason why they go so fast and go over asking. It's just like with vehicles, right? So I think for me, and we're going to see your Bronco here in action. Then we're going to talk about an event coming up this weekend. If you're anywhere in the Mid-Atlantic, you might want to check this out. Tim is even going to drive from Indiana over here Saturday and go back Sunday.
You guys swing by and pick me up?
Come on, Tim. Come on down.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
I will. When you guys swing by and pick me up, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's just one of the things here that I think you go to these events, you take your Bronco there, people that are there, they see it at the beach, whether you're at this event and they drive by, or they stop in to see all the Broncos, or you go to the beach and they see you, the Bronco is still that thing that just seeing one sells them, right? Because I had
Oh
people,
yeah.
there were only 2 of us at the beach this weekend, and they, well, on the beach that while I was there at Oregon Inlet, there may have been someone, but we were there between, say, 11 and 4. There was 2 of us between that time. And so what happens is they hadn't seen a lot of them, and they're pointing, they're looking, there was a hard top out there. Mine had the soft top with the top down, different colors. Ours has the logos. The other one was stock, pulling an overlanding trailer. So you mix all this up, and people are looking, going, wow, I like the hard top, or I like the soft top, or I like the color, I like the wheels, or whatever the deal is. The Bronco is still that vehicle that people want to escape the monotony of what they've got going on and imagine themselves camping, off-roading, outdoors, whatever. So
That's what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
I go out like 3 times a week at 8 or 9 o'clock and just sit in a Bronco, just imagining that I'm out camping somewhere.
Yeah. Sleep in the driveway.
Yeah.
Why not, man? Jamie, are you a camper or just off-roader?
Just off-roader. I haven't really gotten into the camping much yet. It's something that we definitely plan on doing. I know we're probably gonna fall into the trap of glamping at
Right, nothing wrong
at
with that.
Overland Expo East when it comes. I know Bronco Nation's trying to do the glamping thing. So we
Hey, the
yeah.
yurt saved my life, but go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But there's quite a few trips, we plan in the future, but I think not until I get a real true off-grid style trailer to pull behind.
Yeah, but I tell you, and we're gonna watch some of this with I'm gonna keep the volume off. I think you got a lot of music over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will tell Jordan that Robert kept me alive there for that yurt and breakfast. If you've ever been or haven't been to a Bronco Nation base camp, they have this incredible breakfast. This year we had the hamburgers at Supercell, which
Right.
were like outstanding. Did you
Yes,
have
they
one?
were. Yes, I did.
Man,
They were
I
great.
was like, Gavin's like, will they cook for my birthday? Can they? It's like, I don't think that's going to be possible, dude. But the pancakes there is just pretty cool. But yeah, Overlanding East is going to be fun. Recommend sign up, with Bronco Nation and join them. It's going to be a cool event. All right. So what are we looking at here? If you can see this on the screen.
Yeah, this is out at Windrock. This is actually, I want to say, on our way to the first trail. Probably have to skip ahead quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead. Yeah, it doesn't like the data. It's too much going on, so it's a little slow, but you can kind of get the gist of it here. Let me I'm going through the thing here. Oh, here we go. Hopefully we don't lose it. But here we go. So what's happening here?
Yeah, it's a group of I want to say it was probably 7 to 10 of us. Jordan, he's in the lead with the Iceland Bronco there, and we're just traversing the hills and the switchbacks, and it wasn't too terribly rocky. Few mud holes, but right here is actually that point right there. I'm actually getting my left rear tire, my lower control arm actually got hung up on a rock right there. But I'll blame Jordan for that line he gave me.
Oh, was he spotting you?
Yes, he was. You
Yeah.
can see him there on the side.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. What's up, Jordan?
Yep. And
Yeah.
right after that, I just got right out of it.
I was going to say it's got to be someone's fault, and he was the closest one to your Bronco, so right.
Right. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
blame him.
Yeah. No, but that's pretty cool. So he was driving that Legend Bronco, the Area 51. You said the Iceland?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, that Bronco has a story to tell, doesn't it?
Yes, it
So
does.
I like how you did this. Certain parts you did you did sort of a picture to see what was going on, so you could see from inside the Bronco as well as
Yep.
what was happening.
Yep. What I
Now,
have here is it's a Rexing M3. It's a rear view camera, mirror camera. So everything displays on your rear view mirror. But it also has a front camera. It has one that faces you inside the cab, and it has a camera that you can attach either at your rear glass or on your spare tire. So when you go to export the film, you take your SD card out, and it gives you 3 different files to go through, and you just kind of pick and choose your clips and kind of piece them together.
yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Hey, Tim, you'd be proud of me if I went through that puddle, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of which, I am on Jamie's YouTube channel right now, and Dwayne, if you could put a link to his YouTube channel in the chat, if we can get that number up considerably tonight, Dwayne will go out and drive through a mud puddle and film it as part of his next video.
You
That'd
know
be great. Come on,
how's
guys.
that
Come
sound?
on.
hold on. So 28 subscribers. If we get to 50, I will get mud on the Bronco and we will film it.
Let's go, guys.
You got to put that link in the chat there, Dwayne.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Hold tight.
That's to the video. But you know what? Go to the video and
No,
you can subscribe.
I was gonna actually do the channel. I'm doing the video right here, but
Yeah.
because I want to do this video and then I'll follow it up with the channel. So either way, somebody's going to get it. Now look at that rock right there. That's pretty cool.
Yep, that's Tater Todd actually in front of us.
Yeah, I
Good
was
old
wondering.
Tater
I was
Todd.
Yep, Tater Todd.
Gotta
Tater
love it,
Todd.
man.
Yep.
Does anybody joke around with him going, they call me Tater Todd?
I'm sure they do.
You know what I'm talking
It
about,
was
right?
yep,
Ron White.
yep, that's right.
Tater salad.
Yeah, tater salad. So hold on a second. What I was looking for some really tight location. Oh, here's one.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting. I'd waved ahead to Todd there, and I asked him if he was actually going to do it. It had quite a big of a big V ditch, and I was worried for him with his 33s, but he was able to get right through it, and no problems whatsoever. So
Yeah, really good. Yeah, so you're pointing down pretty good there. So
oh yeah,
this is nice. And then I see the camera angle from the back. That's really good. Yeah, you can really get to see that.
yeah, you can see right there how he's
Wow.
tipping forward.
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, you guys just wouldn't believe it if I did that, would you, Tim?
I'd love to see it.
I'd say it's fake news if I saw that out of you doing fake news.
Fake news.
You know what? I tell you what, we're going to we're definitely going to do that. Let's see here. Tim, I'll put it in the chat. I'm also going to put in the description of the video, by the way.
Look at that. He's already jumped up some subscribers there.
Thanks, guys.
While we're talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, speaking of all the lights, while Dwayne's working on the thing, how are you handling the power management of all the lights and electrical accessories in the Bronco?
Yeah, I definitely ran out of spots on the factory aux switches.
Mm-hmm.
I went through them pretty quick. I've got the front fog set up on 2 of the switches. The 2 middle or the middle fog lights that you see there in that picture. I have a SAE in the middle, and then the 2 outer are fog and spot, and I've got those set up. And along with my rooftop lights and my chase lights in the back, which are set up for reverse and also by toggle switch. But all the other lights, my onboard air and my winch control and stuff like that, I've got all set up through a separate controller, which is an aux beam setup.
Yeah.
Yep.
The 8-port one.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
Works great.
Yeah, I got a Switch Pros 9100 that I'm
Very
getting
nice.
ready to wire up.
Those are great.
Right.
Yeah, I tell you, they're definitely the one thing, and there's different. There's a couple different levels of switches and whether or not you want to deal with mechanical relays or not.
Mm-hmm.
but the one thing I liked about the Switch Pros is it's actually got a specific bracket for the Bronco that sits inside the fender. And then it also has a specific bracket for the control panel that mounts right there where your left grab handle is for the driver.
Nice.
And so very minimal modification to the vehicle. You run it through the grommet there in the firewall, and
Right.
you bring it in up behind, and it mounts right there. So you're not drilling holes. And I've done all that. I mean, I've ripped my dash out to drill holes to run cables up to the dash. So the fact that was a very simple and easy install. And I think most of those are, whether it's the Switch Pros or one of the other ones. I think they've got the nice thing is it's at basically a single cable that runs between the switching unit and the control head.
Plug and play.
Plug and play, exactly. It makes it a lot easier for people. And I'm assuming did you do all the management of the switches with the like an app on your phone?
Yep. Cool. App on the phone. Yep. Did it that way. And I actually have my my switch panel is mounted above my visor, and it kind of sits up on that bar cross, and that's where I've got mine kind of hidden out of the way.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Well, Tim, here you are. Your trip from Indiana to New Bern, North Carolina.
Look at me. What's going on this weekend? Is there like a Father's Day or
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about Mountains to Metal, Tim.
Hey, look at there. That's the day before my birthday, Dwayne.
Is it?
Yeah, you can drive up here, pick me up, take me down there, give me some
take you back home. Yeah. No, how about
right on the way?
We'll just get you a gift certificate to Mountains to Metal and send it to you.
There you go.
I'm not gonna turn that down.
This weekend, Broncos and Brews, and it's going to be at in New Bern, North Carolina. So if you don't know where that is, it's sort of like mid-state, top to bottom, and more toward the coast, right? So look up New Bern, North Carolina, June 24th, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. And this is going to be at the Freshwater Beer Company. And you can also check out their website, freshwaterbeer.com, and see what's going on there. But Jamie, tell us a little bit about this, and how are you, if you're involved at all, or you just know about it?
Yeah, I'm actually have built a pretty good relationship with the Mountains to Metal guys. Nick over there, he's been absolutely great. I actually met him at Supercell, and kind of our relationship kind of grew from there. Mountains to Metal is a family business, and I came from a family business as well, third generation, and I just something about the way they had things set up. I really liked, the way they ran things, and they were doing installs on site, and just really friendly people, and talking with them, they installed the medicine cabinet, the stash medicine cabinet on the back of my tailgate. And they were talking, everybody's Bronco that came up, they talked to people about the Broncos, what they liked, what they thought, maybe they could add to it in the future, different things like that. But anyway, long story short, I kept in contact with Nick, and I've got kind of a brand ambassador ship with Mountains to Metal, and we're actually doing this event here. This is their first event with Freshwater, and it's kind of a show and shine slash raffle slash bring your Broncos. All gens are welcome. And it's going to be a great time. Live music.
Nice.
There's going to be a raffle. I believe with the show and shine, that the top prize is I believe a $250 gift certificate. They're going to do I believe some like $5 raffles and different things like that. They're going to have food trucks there. A food truck, they'll be serving lobster dogs. They've got an actual menu that you can go on their website, and it actually shows what they're going to be serving there.
So lobster dogs?
Yeah.
This ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
First time for lobster dog. Yeah, they have the whole lobster trucks here. They have what do they call it? It's the New England uh, lobster, whatever it is. But you could get these lobster sandwiches or whatever here on the trucks. It's actually really good. So I will definitely try one for certain. So we'll try to share this other link. Might be one and the same.
Sorry, lobsters, the cockroaches of the sea.
Then what are crabs?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. So here we go. Yeah, hey, but that's all right, Tim. We'll send you some of those for your birthday.
There you go.
So this is sort of the same thing. Gives you an idea. This was posted on the Bronco Nation. So this Saturday, June 24th, from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. I think Gavin and I were planning on doing some tent camping over on the coast. So let's see how late we can meet up and still make camp, I guess. Or
New Bern's right there by the coast, isn't it?
It's not far, but depends on.
Oh, it's on. Oh no, it's on an inlet.
It's on the river there, the Neuse River.
Yeah, it's
right
not.
Neuse and Trent.
I think 30 minutes or so. Depends on what.
It's about an hour to Atlantic Beach from New Bern, and it's about 35 minutes or so from Kinston. So it sits in between the two.
Got it. Okay, good deal. But yeah, we'll.
Oh yeah, for you guys, it isn't that far. It's a 12.5-hour drive from me, by the way. Yeah, or 3.5-hour flight if Dwayne wants to send his private helicopter.
Yeah, I wouldn't own a helicopter, by the way. I'm more of a Gulfstream fan. See, if I had Andy's money now, come on, I'd be doing it. Hey, by the way, we haven't talked to everyone in the chats here. Let's hit some of the chats here. Big O commented, I love lobster rolls. That's what I was trying to think of, Big O, by the way. Thank you for that. Mobile Motto said, worth the drive. Crabs are what eminent usage. Oh, I better proofread these before I talk about them on there. Van City Adventure. Hey. What's going on, Van City Adventure? What is happening? Bronco Dude, if I didn't say hi earlier, I'm doing it now. Yeah. Uh-oh. Mobile said mud bugs. Well, there's a new one. Let's see. Kevin GR, what's going on? Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember about that. Kevin's Bronco, he was nailed at a light. I think totaled maybe. So that really have you seen these Broncos? You see pictures where they're in accidents, how well they hold up? Anyone?
Great. Yep.
Bueller?
Tim,
what are you doing?
I'm emailing nuclear launch codes.
Okay. I'll say yeah.
I'm booking my flight on Dwayne's G4.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's yeah, I wish, right? Let's see. In my hometown, EV spots are better than So yeah, Big O, some of the EV spots are kind of taken over. If you go to certain stores, compact, they have, the ADA ones I'm all for, like straight up close to the building. But then behind that you get all the other spots, and then in the back you get the full size truck spots.
Something else I wanted to mention. That same weekend, they've got this annual event that they do during this weekend. Gives you another reason to stay down, a few more days or whatever for the entire weekend. It's the Great Trent River Raft Race, and it's being held. It's being held probably 3 minutes from the location of the brewery, and people come in, they build their own rafts. There's an 8-foot wide limit on the size of the raft, and like a 13-foot height requirement. But they do a race, and they have a best in show there too. So it's a whole big event. So it's kind of going on around the same time. So it's something else that you can do while you're down there.
Gotcha. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple years ago, every time we go somewhere within the Mid-Atlantic region, we're always scouting for new markets. Someone told me about New Bern is still recovering from some storms years ago. Like, well, I can't believe that. I have to go see it for myself. So we're I think Gavin and I do a little sightseeing early on during the day. Let's see. Some states would not give you a choice. I think people are talking about the EV stuff. Mobile, and maybe Andy. Yeah, see, hey, by the way, speaking of infrastructure and EV, and maybe I'm just thinking too hard on this. Has anyone thought about if you had, say, a bridge that was designed for a certain weight of vehicle? I mentioned this, Tim, last week. EV weighs so much more, at
Yep.
least right now. Has there been any thought on that? If you take the 60 cars sitting on the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel stopped, if you take those 60 in that one little spot and replace them with EV, what does that mean for structural stability with the decaying infrastructure?
I imagine there would have to be some type of percentage that they have overage worked into their numbers. You would
Yeah,
think
because
to cover,
yeah, because they have deflection on
right?
bridges, and if you get too much deflection, then you start fatiguing stuff. That's
Right.
not a subject I'm sure people want to talk about, but it's a reality.
I think that's a good question to ask your State Department of Transportation,
I have no
Public
desire to
Affairs
call them.
Officer.
You know, when I hit the pothole on 64 by Greenbrier Parkway, Gavin Spike almost came out of the bed of the truck. My hands came off the wheel. And yeah, I was in my F-250. The Bronco would have been fine, but the 250 just doesn't have a suspension that really cares if you're comfortable or not. It's built for work. It's built for towing. And we hit that thing, and it was soon after that I started having some not steering, but stability issues, and we had to change a bunch of parts in the front. So it was interesting to say the least. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to talk to them, but anyway. So when I was talking to the Ford engineers about the Ranger, Ranger Raptor, they were pretty clear about the fact that the 2.3 is sort of your base engine, the engine's available to order right now. The 2.7's coming later this year to be able to order. But the 3.0 for the Raptor is that performance engine. There was thought about, would Ford ever introduce a diesel? Diesels are only for, obviously, heavy duty trucks or rigs,
Or Europe.
Right? Or even Australia, because they're not. I think the rest of the world, because the World Ranger has a diesel option, but not here. And I thought it was interesting how different parts of the world has technology that we don't, or vice versa. For example, the watch linkage we mentioned last week is on the Ranger because it was on the first gen Ranger and the World Ranger, they call it. The American Ranger now has the watch linkage. Now the Bronco Raptor, the F-150 Raptor, has a panhard bar for multiple reasons, because of rock crawling, more articulation, but it was also because, that the reason why they didn't do a panhard on the Ranger was because they already had the technology. So I thought that was an interesting thing to see how technology depends on what part of the world that you're in, right? Where
That's
I'm
like
going,
Japan with their red hydrogen instead of the full EV.
right. Yeah. You're just going to see it. But the reason why I got on that was I was talking about, eco diesels and all that kind of stuff. Somebody's, definitely talking about the diesel options that are out there. So see, and I think I want to share this from Mountains to Metal, but we're going to load our Bronco up with their stuff. The reason why I haven't done it yet, there's too many other things that we're having to accomplish right now, but it's coming. But I think this weekend's going to be fun to get to meet some new people, Mid-Atlantic part of the region. So in North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, head on out, join it. Join.
We don't get enough of these events,
No, you don't get enough.
No.
And it's not a real big thing. I mean, even though Tim's not going to make it, but
No, sorry.
We'll let him off the hook.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, Tim, time to go shopping.
Okay.
So the Father's Day sale.
Yep.
Yes.
There we go. Yes. The Father's Day sale. The code is for 10% off. I believe it's 10.
Yep.
It
10%.
was supposed to end tonight. The dad bod code that's going to be extended until tomorrow night. So you have another full day to take advantage of it.
Well, that's pretty cool. So if you're looking, and you can even drop some hints, you can go to their website and just kind of share it with your family members.
There's my tailgate.
Right.
That's
Is that yours?
Yep.
So Dwayne, I'm telling you, I think you should load up your shopping cart right now. Take advantage of that coupon.
But look at that, folks. Is that not the coolest thing in the world?
It's great. You put your weed in there, man.
Okay, hey. Family. No, that's the medicine cabinet. Yeah, I hear you. No, that's where, I don't know. I mean, small stuff. I guess what you could do, let's see, if you have keyless entry, you can lock your keys in there, right? Because I would trust this more than I would the console.
Right, and they have the option now for the lockable box. So they've got a lid that you can choose from now that has a key lock on it. And if you get that option, you don't have to use it. Only if you're putting something valuable in it, and then you can lock it after.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, if someone was to break the window, the most unlikely place that they would go to is open the swing gate and go in there, right?
Right.
Yeah, people go to glove boxes, consoles, under the seats, stuff like that. Let me try to get back to the homepage now. I'm going to start looking at some of this stuff. So there's you have that looks like Justin's swing gate there on that one. So you have the overhead
that's
squash
his.
baskets. Now, this
Yep.
is me right here, folks. If you want to know what I keep rambling about constantly, this is it right here.
It is amazing.
So you can see all the small items you're able to hang up, right? This is what I want. And I want it because you still retain a lot of room in here for stuff. You have that tray, the basket. That basket folds up also. So if you have something tall in here, and if you don't have anything in the basket, just
Or
fold
pets.
it up. Or pet. Yeah, right.
You can
Fold
keep
it
your
up.
pets back there.
Yeah, you heard my dogs barking. They want to hang out in here.
I'm sorry. You can fold your pets up and stick them in there.
If you fold that,
'Cause that's
top
what I
up,
heard.
right? It'll fold up kind of like the like a paddy wagon, and you can close in that back and keep your dogs back there, or your kids. If they're misbehaving.
Yeah. No. So you fold that up, and then that sort of creates sort of that barrier right there.
Yeah.
But you see all the small stuff that you can put in there. Tim could hang I don't know how many mics in there and radios off of it, but you can't tell it right here. But that's where I guess that's where the ARB compressor is. Let's more pictures here, so you get a better angle there. But you can see when you're going camping how you're able to pack all of the small stuff and keep it sort of in a there you go. Sort of keep it in order. And there you go. Main support brackets. So you have the brackets on the side. There's the ARB compressor. Oops.
Yep.
There's the ARB compressor. So that's why I want that.
Yep.
I want that because it makes sense.
And everything branches off of those two brackets. So whatever you do, you've got to get those two brackets first, and then everything else can mount to that. So your tray, your molly panels for the roll bar molly, or the rear storage molly on sides, all branch off of those two brackets.
Yeah. And so there you are, folks. So yeah, if you're looking for some modifications, go to mountainstonmetal.com and check out all the good stuff there. You see I'm sure a couple pictures of Jamie's Bronco there as well. The medicine cabinet on the back. And what else do we have? I think that's it. I think we're going to, what time do we have? We are at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So anything else we want to discuss tonight as far as the Bronco, Jamie or Tim?
Not offhand, other than the more people, the merrier to this event. It's going to be great. I definitely can't wait to meet some of you all out there that I've talked to online or on my socials. So
yeah, and check out Destination. It's Destination Bigfoot Bronco, but is it underscore?
Underscored. Yep. Destination underscore Bigfoot underscore Bronco.
Did you get that in the chat?
I did not.
See, come on,
Tim.
show host.
You know,
lacking in your duties, man.
No, I don't have my coat.
See, if Gavin was there, Gavin would be on it. Gavin,
he's sharp.
He lives with this stuff, right?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get this right.
Dwayne's still walking around looking for a pencil sharpener. Gavin would have already had it out there.
Hello,
come on, man.
Jeez, man. No love around here. That's fine. Destination Bigfoot Bronco. Yep. No, I didn't go. I didn't I didn't screen share it. And I didn't copy the link, so I'm just going to post this here. Jamie, tell me if that's right.
All right.
Oh, you got to
Uh-oh.
just put the whole link in, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Andy said, yeah, I'm going to do the link into, I'll put the link for the YouTube channel, Instagram, everything into the description of the video.
Mhm.
Tim, if you want to drop it in there right now, feel free.
I can, but I don't have.
Yep, that's it.
Uh-oh. There you go. Justin said there's my tailgate and the product is there. Michael, what's going on? Saving the
What's up,
planet.
Justin?
Yeah, we're gonna see Justin here. A couple of days, right?
Another great dude.
I'm looking for, hey Ryan, what's going on, Ryan? Oh, wait a minute. What do you here you go. Ryan said, what do you like for upgrading your OEM rock rails to something more of a step? I think you talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And that's the rock slide.
Yep, rock slide engineering.
Let's see. Hummer EV weighs 9,046 pounds. Wow.
There you go. I put it in the link, or put the link in the chat, but since
Thanks.
I don't have the little wrench icon or anything, my links aren't. They'll have to copy it and paste it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thanks.
Andy had a good comment. Andy said EV isn't massively more when you account for the loss of the engine and the max tonnage doesn't change. Still can't be more than 80,000 pounds without permits. Got it. Okay, well that's a good point, Andy. So I didn't account for taking out some stuff, and you've got the weight of the motor, but minus the engine, transmission, and so you'd have to do the math.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the simple thing, I think we talked about this, is find a model of vehicle
Just
that
do
has
the weight.
both an ICE and an EV option.
Yep.
And just look at the weight difference between the two. And that'll give you a rough estimate to work with, and you can extrapolate it from there. But, I'm assuming a lot of these large spans, they've got to be rated pretty heavily, especially if it's an interstate where you could theoretically have several semis that have full loads on there, whatever their max sounds like 80,000 pounds without special permits.
Right.
You never know when that accident's going to happen and the highway gets blocked up. And
did you see where Ford patented an idea to put a battery on top of a Bronco?
on top.
Ooh.
Yeah, and with a cord coming down to plug into, so it would be like an accessory. So if you think about, I don't know how much this would weigh. This is over on Bronco 6G, by the way, and I think Ford Authority may have had something on it. Ford Authority, I need to pay, I guess, because of the ads just go kind of crazy when you're sharing their page. But so I don't want to do that. But if you go to, I think it's on the Ford Authority, but I know I saw it on Bronco 6G, where there's this, and of course, who knows if it'll be built or not, right? But they patented the idea that this battery would go on top of a Bronco for either an EV or a hybrid version. And so that would give you that auxiliary battery power off-road, right? So this would be something that you could remove. But my thing is, what about your center of gravity?
That's just problems waiting to happen right
They
there.
better do something to reinforce the cardboard hardtop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and there again, I don't know how much that thing weighs.
Well, so if you think about it, you've got the footprint of like a rooftop tent that you
Right.
could put up there. I don't know what the maximum weight spread across the rack would be for the rooftop tent and the occupants, but they give you an idea of what they can do. But I would think that those batteries at a certain point, one, weigh quite a bit, but two, how the hell are you going to get them down?
Well,
And you're right.
Right.
You shift your center of gravity, and you've got out now. You become very top heavy, and it makes you a weeble wobble. If you guys remember what the weeble wobbles were.
They don't fall down.
Well, and then so let's see. My other thoughts were this. So yes, you've got the added weight, but if you look, you can't get from the factory roof racks on a Badlands Sasquatch 2.7 because of the GVR.
Yep.
So you're already against the wall with that. So if you take a hybrid, for example, you still have the engine.
What are
now
you
have
losing?
more components. So yeah, I don't see how
Yeah.
Slap hydrogen tank up there. Go hydrogen and or water or air.
Air.
So-
Isn't that what Porsche is looking at, water and air? Have you seen that? I might do a video on that for the general channel, but Porsche is looking at taking water and air for their means to propel their future rockets
Talking about
down the
compressor,
road.
you're taking water and doing hydrolysis and
I
creating hydrogen out of it to
I haven't
pressurized
read any
water.
more than the headlines on that one, Tim. I read the
I mean,
headlines.
because kids do it with a skateboard, a bottle of seltzer, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean, Mentos or something. But yeah, I mean, I think I just thought that was pretty interesting. But a lot of things get they get trademarks or they get patents, or mainly patents. They'll get a patent for an idea as they're kind of working through it. So I get it. Well, let's see. Go into comments here, and we're going to be out. Anything else you want to mention before we go? Tim. Hello, Tim. You're always
Yeah,
full of
I'm just looking at
wisdom.
Big O's comment, making his personal attacks at me, saying not everybody is as tech savvy as me. And yeah, that hurt my feelings there, Big O.
What?
And I'm going to call my wife and tell my
Okay.
wife to call your wife and have your wife beat you up.
Yeah, Big O, watch out. He's going to call the manager.
That's right.
All right. Well, look.
I'm going to call your manager.
Yeah, call your manager. But anyway, so New Bern this Saturday from 2 p.m.
Next Saturday.
Huh?
Next Saturday.
This coming Saturday. No, it is next Saturday, right?
Yes. Yes.
Next Saturday, June
Trying to make me
24th.
older.
Let me say
Yeah.
that. June 24th from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's in New Bern, North Carolina. It's going to be awesome. Bronco and Brews. It's at Freshwater Beer Company. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. Can't wait to be there. It's going to be super fun. Find ourselves getting into all kinds of good stuff. So, well, Jamie, you got a great looking Bronco.
Thanks so much.
You got Tim. You're like neck and neck with Tim on the lights, but you definitely got everyone beat on the lift and the accessories and all that. So
Yeah,
good job. And all the links for your Instagram, YouTube will be in the description of this video. So if you're watching now, check back later. If you're watching on replay, it'll be there when you're looking at this video. Check it out. Subscribe to his channel. Let's get that subscriber count up, and also go to Instagram and follow over there. So great stuff. Good looking Bronco. Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for all the comments tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Andy, thanks for that super sticker. You're awesome. See you next week. All right, everyone. We are out. Bye.